This is, sorry. Oops. Good afternoon, guys, and welcome to Yoga Every Hour. Today is Thursday, which means it is Collaboration Thursday, and we're switching it up a little. Usually I am the student, and we have a yoga teacher who hosts and takes me through a practice of their choice. But this week we've decided to swap roles a little bit. Because I do a lot of calisthenics, I do a lot of handstands and stuff, so I thought it'd be good to do a little like a mini handstand workshop, collaborating with my team member Sai, who I'm just going to invite into the video right now. Send a request. Want to be live in just a second. So for those of you who is on Facebook and YouTube, we're actually running a split screen now right over on the Instagram live. So if you're catching up later and you want to watch the split screen with both myself and Sai, head on over to our Instagram on IGTV and you can catch up there. I'm just going to introduce Sai just onto the Instagram live, so you just bear with me just a second there. Hello Sai, how are you doing? I can hear you great. I cannot see you though.
Just a second, I'll reconnect.
No problem. Okay, Sai's just going to reconnect to the Instagram live video. So yeah, what I do have planned for today is we are going to start with 3 sun salutations. So we're going to have a start here. Then we're going to move on to some hollow body. I'm going to do some hollow body work because this actually transfers to a lot of different exercises in calisthenics, including the handstand. We'll just give Sai just a moment to get rejoined. So yeah, we're going to do a couple of different variations of the hollow body. I'm going to show you the positioning, how you should be in a handstand. I tell you what, let us get Sai connected. We'll get connected on the split screen, and then I'll run through all of this. Okay, Sai. So you can see me okay. You can hear me just fine, yeah. Oh, and we lost you again.
Jason, are you able to hear me?
Yes,
I think there is some issue. I'm not sure why.
I can hear you, but the camera it was turned around, and then the camera's just turned around to something else.
Just a second.
I think you just need to reverse it, maybe.
Able to see me now?
Nope. Are you on your mobile? Are you on your phone?
Yeah, I'm on my phone.
All right. So you should be able to see the split screen, and you should be able to see myself, and you should be.
Yeah, I can see you. I can see you very clearly, but I cannot see my own screen.
Yeah, I think you need to turn your camera so it's facing you. So if you reverse.
I've done it already.
Yeah, I can see you now.
Okay, but I cannot see myself.
Okay. Give it a moment. It might take a minute to kick in.
Okay, let me try to rejoin again, and maybe I will be able to see myself. Okay,
no problem. Wow, it's quite a few people joined already. A couple of waves out there. Guys, whoever's joining, thank you very much. If you just give us literally a few minutes there for Sai to get joined, and we will get started. If you haven't already, make sure you head on over to Yoga Every Hour and give our page a like or a follow, even. Sorry. Yeah, as I was saying, we'll just wait for Sai to get joined, and I'll run through what we have planned today, and then we'll make a start. Hey, go live. So I can see you, I believe I can hear you. Is that all okay, Si? Yes, I can see you.
See me, Jason?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, we'll start. I don't know if there's some issue with my camera. I guess I'm not able to see myself, but I can see you clearly.
Yeah, and the viewers can see you also. So
Perfect.
it's good. Okay. Right. I'm just going to run through what we are going to cover today, Si. So we're going to start the practice with three sun salutation here, just to get warmed up. We're going to practice three variations of the hollow body. We're going to do some wrist and hand warm up. Then I will show you. Then I will show you the positioning of how the handstand should be when you're upside down, the positioning of the body. Then we'll do some pike push-ups. I will show you how to fall out of a handstand. We will do some kick-ups against the wall. We will maybe do some crow hold, because crow hold is actually good for transferring to a handstand, building up that strength in the arms and shoulders. And then finally, we'll finish off with the handstand.
Okay.
So, with that being said, if you want to take a place on your mat side, and we'll run through the sun salutation here. And I will do my best to talk us through it and talk our viewers through it. I do just have to tell you guys now that I'm not a yoga teacher. So if you do join in, it is at your own risk. This is actually for intermediate or advanced yoga practitioners, or anybody who practices handstands. So yeah, with that being said, we'll take a place on our mat and we'll get started. So if you come to the front of your mat into Samasthi Tiki, feet together, big toes touching, heels ankles slightly apart. We're going to inhale, arms up, exhale into forward bend, palms on the floor. Inhale, look ahead, lengthening the spine. Now we're going to, you can either jump or you can step back into chaturanga. I like to do this for my first one. I will step back, hold it in the high plank, and then lower down, exhale, and then we're going to inhale, roll onto the top of our feet into up dog. Then we're going to exhale, roll back onto our feet into down dog. Now, in Ashtanga, this is what I usually practice. We hold this position for 5 breaths. And we're going to hold this for 5 breaths. For the first sun salutation, I always like to just either paddle my feet, or even just doing a little sway to the side, getting a nice stretch in the lats there, pressing down the hands, and just loosening off the hips as well. And then 5 breaths. We're going to inhale, look ahead, and you can step or jump. So for the first one, I always like to step. We're going to step. And then we're going to look ahead, lengthen again. Inhale, exhale into forward bend. And then inhale, arms up, look up, and then exhale, hands to heart center into Samasthi Tiki. And then we'll go for round 2. So inhale, arms up, look up, exhale into forward bend. Inhale, look ahead, lengthening the spine, step or jump. So this time I'm going to jump back into chaturanga. Exhale, lower down into chaturanga, and then we want to inhale, roll onto the top of our feet into up dog position, and then exhale into down dog. I really want you to concentrate on engaging the core, sucking in the belly button, sucking in the core. And I'm going to take 5 breaths. 5. Inhale, look ahead, jump or step your feet to the front of your mat. Inhale, look ahead, lengthen. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, in the Samasthi Tiki. Now we want to take one more round at that. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, into forward bend. Inhale, look up, lengthening the spine. Exhale, jump or step back into Chaturanga, lower down. Inhale, into up dog position. Exhale, into down dog. And another 5 breaths. And what I really try to do here is, when I'm exhaling, I really try to push down. Push down there. Trying to get my chest to my knees almost. And then on the inhale, I like to straighten my legs just to try and increase the flexibility. I'm taking 5 breaths. Inhale, look ahead, jump or step your feet to the front of the mat. Inhale, look ahead, lengthen. Exhale into forward bend. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale into Samasthi Tiki. Awesome, guys. So that was a short warm up there. 3 sun salutations with the 5 breaths. I just got a timer on here, so we're going to follow the timer. We're going to do hollow body for 30 seconds. Now, Sai, you know how to do the hollow body? What I'll do, just for our viewers, I'm going to do a demonstration, obviously, and I'll show you how to do the hollow body. We'll take 30 seconds, and I'll show you some adjustments you can make to make this easier or harder. So you lie down onto your mat, and the purpose of this, you want to engage your core and pushing your lower back into the ground. You want to raise your feet, pointing your toes, engage the quads, engage your core, and then your hollow body is this. Arms up, and we are going to, if you want to take a position, Sai,
okay,
we'll go for our 30 seconds.
Fine.
So yes, guys, for the hollow body, you're lying on the floor. Now we want to engage the core, engage the glutes, almost sort of tilting the tailbone up, and then tensing the glutes, point your toes, and then we want to just raise the arms up here, and then we are going for 30 seconds starting now, Sai.
Okay.
And is that 30 seconds? Oh, my timer. Oh, I think, sorry guys. Sorry, we're going to call it 30 seconds. My timer did not go off.
That's okay, I counted, it was 30 seconds.
Okay, so for 30 seconds, just give yourself a little rest before we go again. And this time, I probably should have started with the easier version, but this time we'll go to an easier version size. So I'm going to do a tucked version where we bring the knees in. So I'll just do a quick demonstration for our viewers, for anybody who's watching, and then we'll give ourselves, say, a minute's rest, and then we'll go again. So to regress this, make it easier from the hollow body, we want to do the exact same thing, but just bring those knees in a little. Concentrate on contracting the abs, pushing that lower back into the floor, and you can either have your hands here, make it a little harder, going like this with your arms up, and you can even do reps. So you could start there. 1, 2. So thing is with calisthenics and yoga as well, you can make things as hard or easier as you want. There's lots of different variations to all exercises. So yeah, if you're ready, Si, we'll do the tucked version for 30 seconds.
Okay.
And you'll really feel this on your abs, you'll feel this in your core for anybody who's trying this.
Even the earlier one was good for the abs. I felt the pressure over here.
Oh yes, yeah. So this is a very good exercise for engaging the core for building strength. And it, like I say, it transfers to a lot of different exercises, which is why we're doing this for the handstand. So we're going to go for round 2, 30 seconds. And we're going to go now, start. So for myself, remember to keep the core engaged, sucking the belly button in. I honestly don't know what's happening, but the timer keeps going off. Apologies, guys. Si, we'll call that one 30 seconds.
Around 25, 28 seconds.
Yeah, I think when my screen lock goes off, it's turning the stopwatch off. Anyways, so we'll take a minute's rest. If you're feeling quite tender in the core here, so it worked this time, so let's hope it works next time, right? If you're feeling a little tender in the core, just in between sets, if you like, this is something I like to do, not just with hollow body, but with other exercises. If I'm doing a lot of work on my wrists and my hands, I'll just stretch off in between. Another thing you can do here, because we've been activating the core a lot, is just, I want you to lower down into a chaturanga, and then you can actually come into an up dog position, or even a cobra position, just to stretch that off a little. And one more alteration that I wanted to show you, if you want to make it a lot more difficult, is using, right now I've got some blocks, but these could be dumbbells or some little kettlebells. And what we do here, it's the same hollow body position, but we're going to use some weights to make it more difficult. So come into our hollow body position, and you can either hold it there, like I say, you can hold it here. If you want to play with it, you can here. 1, 2, 3, like so. So if you find that you're holding the whole body for 45 seconds or a minute, then you really need to make it more difficult. In this case, you would use some blocks or some weights, just some small dumbbells.
Right.
So if you are ready to go again, Si?
Yeah.
We'll go for 30 seconds again, and we'll hope that this works. This better work this time. Okay, we are starting now.
Okay.
And I'm going to go for my hands in front this time. And that was the alarm going off that time. Oh, awesome, awesome stuff. So we've done our sun salutations, hollow body, a couple of different variations of that. Okay. Now, what I want to run through is just warming, getting our wrists and our hands prepared for doing handstands, because generally, you're not walking, you don't ever put a lot of pressure on your hands unless you do a lot of these exercises. So a good thing to do to stop preventing injuries, to stop you like spraining your wrists, and just to build strength as well, because we are actually going to work this from different directions. This I find is one of the best hand and wrist warm-ups for me. So I'm going to take your hands, you spread your fingers like this. We want to take them just onto our mat, and then sort of want to have our knees under our hips, so like a tabletop position, and our hands under our shoulders, and then with our fingers spread wide, I just want to do some rotations. I want to do 3 rotations like this, anti-clockwise. And I want you to actually bring yourself forward so that your shoulders come over like this. This is actually transferring the weight over to our hands and wrists. And then what I want you to do, Si, if you're watching.
Got it.
So if you have a look at the camera, we're now going to rotate, but what we will do, we keep one hand like this,
Okay.
and then we will do hands like this, and I want you to just turn one hand clockwise. So imagine that you've got a clock and you're turning it maybe from 12 o'clock till 3 o'clock, so that your hands will be like this on the floor. Now, when we do the rotations again, you should feel it on that hand a little more. And we want to do 3 rotations, anti-clockwise or clockwise, doesn't really matter. And then what we'll do, the hand that is in the neutral position, we want to turn it. So the other hand, so we do 3 rotations like this. Now we're going to turn the other hand to meet it. So they're both same position, and then with the other hand we'll rotate that slightly there. So the purpose of this is to put weight on, to warm up the wrists and hands from all different directions, because when we're doing handstands, and a lot of the time in calisthenics, we do handstands outside. There could be wind blowing from whatever direction, and for this is a good way to warm up the whole of the forearm, the wrists, the hands, for whatever direction that you're going to be going in. If you get blown over, blown a little, you know that you've built the strength here. So you just have to play with it. we're going to do 3 rotations, and then just rotate your hands again. Rotate the other one again. And then rotate again. So that eventually you'll be like this. And you can make this your own thing. You can just rotate your wrists however you like. When you're moving, the purpose of this is just to hit the wrists, to warm up the wrists and fingers and hands, just from different directions, changing the hand position, changing our weight. So you can I like to do this as well. Sometimes I'll come out of the tabletop and I might step over to the side just to put on a little bit more weight onto that wrist. You can easily come up to the other side, and you can just play with this. There's no right or wrong way. It's all about just getting these wrists and hands warmed up in different directions. And we'll generally work on that for a few minutes, for a good 3 minutes, working them in different directions, really just playing with that, getting those wrists and stuff ready for your handstands. Okay. How's your wrist feeling, Si? Is that good? Do you feel that works okay for you? Do you understand why I'm doing this? Sorry, so I was just saying, how is that for you, Si? Do you understand?
Yeah, that was comfortable, not a problem.
And you understand why I'm doing this, yeah? Awesome. Great. So what we will do, we've got Pike. I need to show you the positioning. We'll do some Pike push-ups. So,
okay.
Have you ever done Pike push-ups before, Si?
No.
Okay, so we will start in a down dog position. So you can watch me, and then what we'll do, we go from down dog. And the way to get the down dog, just for our viewers, remember, if you've got your knees under your hips and your hands under your shoulders, then you tuck your toes. This will bring you into a down dog position. So how this transfers to the handstand is, this is going to be our position in the handstand. So this is in our position of the handstand. Now what we're going to do, we're going to, keeping the elbows tucked in, take this over and push down. Now, you see my head comes here, naturally comes forward. When I finish, I want to be finished in the down dog position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the purpose is to try and keep this part of the, let me just see. Awesome. Yeah, great work, great work. Awesome work, Si. Okay, now I'm going to show you something that, I'll show you the easier version of the Pike push-up first, and then I'll show you how we go on to actually make it harder. Let me just adjust this a little. So, an easier version of the Pike push-up is, so if you found that one too difficult, you can, so I'm in Pike push-up position. If I now want to make this easier, so if I'm finding this difficult, what I can do is widen my legs, straddle my legs, and then come down here. If I want to make it a little more easier, I take my feet back and then I could do pike push-ups like this. Now that is a lot easier. If I want to make this harder, now I always tell people, yes, that's right. So that version is a little bit easier. So what I will show you now.
Okay.
If you're watching the camera, so I'm going to do 3 different types of the pike push-up, and on the last one, the last version of it will be the hardest version of it. But if you can watch carefully, just take note of my feet when I'm doing the last pike push-up, because this exercise, I believe, is one of the best exercises to transfer into the handstand. So if you keep an eye on, so I'm going to start with an easy pike push-up with my feet are straddled and I'm coming in. So I'm going to do just 3 reps there. Now I want to make this harder because that's just far too easy. So we want to bring our legs in, and you can have them around shoulder width apart, and then this one will be a little bit harder. 1, 2, 3. So it's all about bringing more weight over to this side when you want to make it harder, and to do that, it's about adjusting the legs. Now this is the final one I'm going to show you. So this is probably a proper strict pike push-up. So you see now my legs are a lot further forward, and then my feet are touching, they're not wide. Now watch what happens when I go into a pike push-up.
Oh, that's a nice one.
So what did you see happen there?
That was a nice one. That's a nice technique, I guess.
Yes. So what did, sorry, Sai, hold on. So, Sai, what did you see with my feet happening there?
Sorry, couldn't hear you.
What did you see with my feet?
Yeah, I said the last one was a nice technique to lift your foot.
So,
using the pike.
So what happens when we've built up a lot of strength here and we bring the feet in? When we start to push down, because we've already built a lot of strength up here, and the weight is shifted to the top part of the body, what happens? Our legs just start to naturally lift. Now that's why I say this is probably the best exercise, I think, for handstands, because your legs start to push, then you would push into it. Now let me see if I can.
Show the last one again.
Yeah, I'll show you again. I just want to move some of my equipment so I don't get hurt in case I fall. So how I would do is bring my feet together, toes touching, closer, and now.
Oh, lovely.
Did you see how I just pressed up into the handstand from the pike? So you don't need to jump at all. You push down naturally into a pike push-up, and when you feel your legs coming up, you raise your hips at the same time as pushing, and then you will line up eventually. So yeah.
Okay, I practice this one. That's a nice technique, actually.
Yeah, I love it. I always say pike push-up, pike push-up, pike push-up. If you want a handstand, you've got to get the pike push-ups. So that is like I say, is one of the best techniques. One of the best exercises leading on to the handstand. Okay. What we will do, Sai, because we didn't do many of those, I would like to do just maybe 3 sets of 10 or 8 or 10, just to get us warmed up. So if you choose a position with your feet, whether they're wide or they're straight, I want you to get 8 to 10 reps. So find a comfortable position, and we're going to do 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps.
Right.
So for the viewers, remember, knees under hips, hands under shoulders, tuck your toes, Now you're in a down dog position. Now you can go pike push up, pike push up. I'm going to make this a bit more difficult. And guys, just to remember, like in the down dog position we were engaging our core. We're sucking in, we're contracting. We need to do this in hollow body, we need to do this in handstand, we need to do this in pike push-ups. It's all about transferring these exercises to the next exercise, keeping all those little bits and pieces intact, such as contracting the abs. So I'm going to go on to my second set of pike push-ups. So you just do them when you're ready. Make sure you rest enough. And I'm going to go again. And take some deep breaths there, and then we'll go for our last set on the pike push-ups. And then I want to show you the positioning of how your body should be when you're upside down. So, I need to catch my breath. I'm going to go again for my pike push-ups. That's 10 for me. So just take some nice deep breaths, some nice deep inhalations and exhalations. And what I like to do when I'm in the middle of working out or even yoga, if I need to take a break, is really taking some deep breaths, fill up the lungs, and when you exhale, contract the abs and get rid of all of that air inside the lungs, fill it with nice fresh air, and that will just get you prepared for your next exercise or for your next move or whatever it is you're going to do. Okay, so now we've done our pike push-ups, we've done some hollow body, we've got warm, we're really nice and warm now. I want to show you the positioning of how you should be when you're upside down, because there's a few things that I was doing, and I was doing them for months until I was shown the correct way. And if you keep practicing these, they can put stress on parts of the body where you don't want it, and you can get injuries. So it's always best to make sure you're doing correct form. If you can't do the exercise with the correct form, you need to regress it. You need to choose something easier, and you come back to it when you're feeling stronger. So for the handstand positioning, so similar to our hollow body, we want to be sucking in. So we're going to suck in from the abs. And now I don't know if you can see here, I need to lift up my t-shirt just so you can see. So my hips are in a neutral position at the minute. Now what we want to do, we want to tuck the tailbone.
Okay.
So did you see that? You see the different positions there. So when we're in a handstand, we want to have this tucked. So all this and the core, tense your quads, your abs. If you look here, when you are contracting your abs, your core, you need to be contracting them that much upside down. Right. So here's a good way to test. So here I'm not contracted, and I can get almost one fingertip underneath my ribs there. If I contract, there is no There's no way that I can get a finger under there. Now I know that that is contracted. This is how this is how you need to be in the handstand. So, tailbone tucked, tensing your glutes, engage your core, and you want to really protract at the shoulders. So, protraction, retraction, protraction, retraction, protraction. So what happens, we want to protract that much. So like almost your ears might be here. There's no movement in this. So if we're on a handstand and we've only got our shoulders like this, that's not strong. If it's like this, there's no movement there. The center of gravity when we're in a handstand flows down. If we didn't contract this and we didn't tense this, when we're upside down in a handstand, now the center of gravity is going here and we're all wobbly. We're not going to be lined up. We're going to be putting pressure on places we don't want. That is not what we want. We want tailbone tucked, glutes tensed. I tense my quads, my thighs. When I'm upside down, I point my toes and then protracting the shoulders. This is the position that you will be in. You've got the hollow body, protraction of the shoulders, and your tailbone tucked. That is the positioning that we want upside down. So rather than just go straight into the handstand and trying to practice this, we like to use a wall. So there are a couple of things I will show you here with the wall. Hold on. Let me just readjust my mat. So I would say maybe two hands length, probably a foot away from the wall. One thing I haven't shown you, one thing I need to show you is how to fall out of a handstand. Because if you're trying to do handstands, you should know how to fall out of a handstand before you do handstands. So how it works is we're going to be like this. We're in a handstand. I'm upside down. I'm about to fall. All I'll simply do is fall this way. A quick swift of the hands, the shoulders, and you will fall to the side. Now, I will just do a quick demonstration. So I'm in my handstand. Now I'm going to fall, and I fall over and to the side, so I don't hurt myself. So once again, I'll do it from ways on. So handstand, fall to the side. It's a twisting motion like this, and it'll just stop you getting injured. Exactly. Yes.
Okay.
So you just got to know how to fall out of it, and you don't want to be upside down and then trying to think of, how do I get out of this now? Make sure you know how to fall out before you can do the handstand. Okay, so if you're watching me here, like I say, we take maybe I don't know, 30 centimeters from the wall to our fingertips, 30 centimeters space. What we want to do, some kick-ups. So using the wall, we're going to kick up with one foot, and then if you see, kick up with a foot and the hips drive the way, and then you lead up with the other foot. So if the wall was this way, I would be kicking up to lead. So kick up one foot and then lead and join with the other. Now, what we're going to do here is obviously use the wall, and then you can practice. Once you get up there, Try and bring your feet a little bit away from the wall. Remember to tilt the tailbone, contract the abs, and remember, important, you need to be pushing here, pushing, protracting the shoulders, pushing. So with these, you can either just rep them. So 1, 2, or you can go 1 and then concentrate on the areas that I told you about. Contracting the abs, pushing at the shoulders, tilting the tailbone, pointing the toes. And eventually, you'll feel yourself just come away from the wall and you won't need them. You will no longer need the wall. So, kick-ups, I'm going to do another couple of these. So, kick up, lead with the other foot. And eventually, you won't need the wall.
Okay.
Okay. Would you like to have a try of that side? Are you able to adjust the camera and find a wall, or?
I think I'll go without the support of the wall.
Without the support of the wall, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay then.
Let's try.
Okay, let me watch.
I tried to do it without the support because I could hold it for some time, but I saw a technique for holding by the wall, but I tried without the support of the wall here.
Awesome.
Okay. And join. Okay.
See, and you know how to fall out. So glad we showed you that. Awesome.
Okay. Trying to find my center.
Okay, great. Side. Maybe if it's a difficult time to readjust the camera and stuff now, maybe we could if you maybe try that in your own time with the wall, and just really concentrate on the parts that I told you, tucking the tailbone, engaging the core, and pressing, and you'll straighten up, and then when you come to do it without the wall, you'll get there and you'll be able to just hold it straight, hold it strong. So
while I was doing it without the support, was my posture correct?
So I felt like you were going here, and then you were going here, and then kicking up. Whereas I would generally be in down dog position and then kick up.
Okay.
So you started here, and then you went there, and then you started to kick up.
Oh, okay.
Maybe, and you find that, you know, that is your handstand as you're hitting. I think your shoulders were a little bit off.
This is what you're suggesting, right? I shouldn't go this way. This is the way.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm used to doing this.
Awesome.
Practice that form.
Yeah, just got to practice the form. Record. So what I always do when I'm practicing something new for the first time, I record on my phone, and then when I'm doing, when you're resting, when you've got some rest time, watch the video back, see where you went wrong, criticize it, and then on your next go, okay, I need to fix this, I need to fix this, and I need to fix this. And then in your next time, you try, record that, watch it back, try, record, watch back, and I promise you that your progress will increase a lot quicker by watching it back and actually being very critical of yourself. So yeah, another exercise. We are going to do some wall walks. So starting Starting here, so in sort of a push-up position. It's difficult to where the camera is. I hope you can see this okay. So we're going to start maybe this far away from the wall. And with my feet on, and now I'm solid, I'm going to walk up. Oh, sorry. And then when I'm doing that, when I'm walking up, I'm still trying to keep the tailbone tucked. I'm still trying to keep the core engaged. So, did you see that okay? What I was trying to do? Maybe if I go like this. I think that might be better. So. And you can hold at the top, or do reps. Walk it down. And that one there is a good exercise as well. For in preparation, handstand and building up that strength. Ooh. I would generally do maybe 5 sets of 5. 5 sets of 5, yeah. And then move on to another exercise. So, one last thing before we go on to the handstand, which I truly believe is a good exercise as well for building the strength in the shoulders and for trying to just engage those bits and get the balance. Is our crow pose.
Okay.
So, our crow pose. So, like spreading our hands, and then we're just going to. So with crow pose, you've got like a couple of variations. You can, like you'll have seen on our tutorial earlier this week from Karina, you can come into. Is it Masasana? The Hindi sport, what is it, Sai? Yes. So, come into this, and then you see here where your elbows are on the crease of your knees. You actually push against there, and we're going to use this as a platform for our legs and everything else to rest on. Now you've got this in here. We're going to take it to the floor. We're slowly going to lean over, keeping the head up, looking ahead, because if you look down, you're going to fall. Slowly bring it up, and then if you've got the strength, you bring one toe and then the other toe, and then you just hold that weight. What I like to do for any of my static holds, any sort of crow, anything I'm trying to build strength is, if I'm doing 3 or 4 sets, I will time the first one. So see, I got 20 seconds there on that hold. For the next 3 sets, I will make sure that I match the 20 seconds so that I'm hitting the failure every time. Now, if you want to make this more difficult, you can bring your knees onto the back of your triceps, still keeping the arms bent. If you want to make it more difficult than that, you can take your knees into sort of the armpits and keeping the arms straight. So for this, I would come up onto my tiptoes, my hands are there, my arms are straight, my knees are in the back of my armpits, and then I'm going to lean forward, head up looking ahead, and lift my toes. Now, I might have made a mistake there. Straight arm might be crane pose, is that right? Sorry, I'm not. You have to forgive me if I make some mistakes here. So, is the crane pose, is that where your arms are actually straight, like this?
Right.
Sorry, I was asking the question.
Okay, so you are asking, so yeah, and there are two variations of it. You can keep your arms bended as well in the cross, or you can keep it straight as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can do it. You are doing it correctly. You can do it either this way, this side, or you can keep your arms straight as well.
All right. If you so that I believe the straight arm is a Korean, and Karina's just commented there. I think she's right. I'm sure I was reading this the other day. When you're straight arm, and in here, that's Korean pose. But yeah, also another great progression into the handstand, because it's building a lot of strength in the shoulders there. We're engaging the core by keeping our knees and our legs tucked in. So yeah, the crow pose or the crane pose, also a very good one.
So when going crow pose to the handstand, which one is better, the bended elbow pose, or should we keep it straight?
It's the difficulty side. So if you're doing crow pose with the bent arms and you find that too easy, then I would suggest that you bring your knees up and go to the crane pose and arms straight, because it's more difficult. And then obviously once you feel like you've built up enough strength, when you're doing your pike push-ups and you can feel your feet lifting off, if you feel comfortable with your feet lifting off and you think that you've got the strength in your body and your core to raise your legs and push with the arms, then you should do so, and you should be practicing the handstand. But like I say, if you are going to be doing handstands, make sure you can fall out of the handstand. Practice with a wall first. Make sure you warm up make sure you're completely warm. And yeah, just be careful, because handstands is difficult exercise and you can hurt yourself. So with that being said, Si, now it's time to move on to the main event. We have 3 minutes left before Instagram will cut us off. So what?
Jason, one more variation I tried of handstand. I'll just quickly show you.
Yes.
I'm not sure if that is easy, and you can suggest that's a good way to do it. What I usually do is I come in, I jump, and I go out.
Yeah, that's yes, that's also good. So as well as kicking up just one foot, you can do that as well. Kick up with both feet. Some people might find that you have more control when you kick up both feet. It's down to yourself finding out what works best and just working with it. Yeah, so you can do kick up with both feet, kick up with one feet. That's completely fine. So dead quickly, because we've literally got 2 minutes left, I'm going to I'll go from pike push up into a handstand, and then I'm going to go from crow into a handstand. So these are the best ways I like to get in a handstand, which I think looks pretty cool. I think the pike push-up one is the coolest. So starting our pike push-up position. Sorry about that. Starting our pike push-up position.
Yep.
Make sure we're comfortable, we're engaging the abs. Now I'm going to take the press down. And if you see my shoulders are protracted, my core is in, my tailbone's tucked.
Amazing.
One more, crow to handstand.
Okay. Amazing. Simply amazing.
Thank you. Would you like to maybe try one? Maybe go into the pike, or are you not comfortable yet, Si? It's up to you, don't hurt yourself.
Yeah, I'll not try the pike one now. I will practice it first and then maybe show you some other day.
Yeah.
Let me try another variation. I take up variation first.
Awesome.
Okay.
Hey, awesome, Si.
I do a jump variation.
Yeah, I like that. I'm going to try that jump variation. Oh, never. Well, that was amazing. 1 hour went very, very fast. That was a collaborate. Sorry, let me start again. For anybody who just joined or caught the end of that live session, this was Calisthenics Genetics and Sai, the corporate yogi, on Yoga Every Hour. This afternoon, we've been running through a small handstand workshop. Over on Instagram, we've just finished there. We've been cut off, but over on Instagram, we've been doing a live split screen. So myself and Sai have been running through this workshop. So if you would like to see the split screen and join in, head on over to our Instagram and you can catch up on IGTV there. Or if you would just like to prefer to catch up with just me on the screen, you've always also got your Facebook Live where you can catch up on, or our YouTube channel, Yoga Every Hour. And with that being said, just want to say namaste. Thank you very much for anybody who joined, and I wish you a very good rest of your weekend. Sorry, very good rest of your week, and have a very good weekend. Thank you very much.